So we'll go to Craigslist or OLX and use one of these keywords as an example. So we'll use commercial real estate Fort Worth since it's got some traffic. And we'll go here to OLX. And have you used OLX, Chris? You've used OLX?
No.
It's real similar to Craigslist or all those other places, just the classifieds. So what you would just do is go post a free classified ad. I think it's easier than Craigslist myself. But then you just type in your zip code, so 76117. And even here you might want to think strategically about what you're typing in, because when you post something, it's going to put Haltom City in the URL, and that becomes a keyword. So if you want to rent property, if the keyword is rent commercial property in Fort Worth, you want to put in a Fort Worth zip code, because that's also where people are going to be browsing, from Fort Worth, not from Haltom City. So let's see. I don't know if I have one here.
76179 maybe.
Okay, there we go. So now we have Fort Worth. Categories, I think they're a lot more limited here with categories over Craigslist. But we'll say real estate, commercial, hit continue. So now here's where some of that strategy comes into play, because what you have here is in the title. What this site does and what the other sites do, Craigslist, is they'll put those words that you put in the title in the URL this here. And when you search for something, you'll notice on Google, let's just take a look at a search result. So commercial property, Fort Worth. If we look at these search results, you see it highlights in bold these keywords that we typed in. You see it's got an instance here in the title, in this description here, commercial, Fort Worth, those are all bolded, and even in the URL here, it's bolded. So those are the places that it looks for when you search for something. So if you put those keywords in each of those specific places, it's going to give you a much better chance to rank higher for those terms. Because when we list in here, we also, we want people who are browsing Craigslist to find it, but we also want people who are on Google searching for something to find it. And these sites, OLX, Craigslist, you have a really good chance of those showing up higher in the search results because they're such established sites and they do well in those searches. And so we jump back here to OLX, and in the title, we know that we want to use commercial real estate Fort Worth. So we put commercial real estate Fort Worth in the title. And then, you maybe put rent. What I'll do is sometimes I'll put in that first keyword and then a dash, and then maybe I have a secondary keyword that I want to use also that's important to me. So maybe that's rent, office, space. And now when you search for something, it can also pick up those different pieces. Like we just looked at, it was folding those keywords. If you typed in commercial office space for rent, it's not in that particular order, but it's still going to find those keywords. So you want to make sure you use those in the title. In these listings, the title is probably the most important thing that you're going to have. So make sure you put those keywords in the title. And I think, and there may be some confusion, because I know there was in the past with the keywords, because you might have a longer keyword that, commercial, let's see, what were some of those weird keywords that we have that didn't have some of those words in, like in or the, but you'll get some like funky, like stuff that doesn't make sense.
Like rent Saginaw.
Yeah, rent Saginaw or rent office Saginaw or something like that. I mean, that may be a keyword that gets a lot of searches. But it doesn't read well.
Yeah.
And so it's okay to use, rent office space in Saginaw. So the search engine's going to skip over those small words like in, the, and, a.
Those are called stop words.
Right. So it's okay to use those and make your posting make a little more sense. So then in the description, what you want to do is make sure to use these keywords in the description also. And what you need to do is use them at least 3 times. Well, not at least, but no more than 3 times, but 3 is ideal. 3 instances, and it doesn't have to be in that same order, commercial real estate Fort Worth. It just needs to, if your keyword phrase is commercial real estate Fort Worth, you need to use commercial real estate Fort Worth, each one of those 3 times to get the maximum benefit. So we'll put, RDS real estate has commercial office space for rent in Fort Worth. In the description, I used all the keywords that I had in the title. Not in the same order. You see I have real estate, commercial, office space, rent, and Fort Worth. I used all the keywords in that sentence. So that's what you want to try to do. And see, I didn't use them in the same order at all, but I got those keywords in there. So, like I said, you want to focus on those keywords because we want to get that sale. If someone's typing in commercial real estate Fort Worth or office space for rent, we want to get that sale. So we want to make sure we're using those keywords in the title and description. Obviously, you probably want to write more than that, what I just did, but then you can put in, your price if you wanted to, or you don't have to. Attach some photos. If I was listing property, I'd probably attach some photos of that, or if I just, had the part of the car, I'd post photos of it. Because I think, as everyone knows, people are more likely to respond to something with photos. So then you fill in here your email, phone number if you want, and hit publish. And that's it. See, OLX I think is a lot more easy. But do you see this URL here? You can view your ad at. That's the URL, and you see it's got Fort Worth commercial real estate, Fort Worth rent office space. It's got all those keywords in the title. So if we go and look at this search we did here, you see in here it's got the title. This would be the title that we posted on OLX. That would be the title. This would be the description, and this is the URL. So we used that strategy in posting those keywords in all those places. And I don't know if we really need to go over Craigslist because you guys have all posted on Craigslist, but you want to use the same strategy on Craigslist. In Craigslist and OLX, you can add links, and that's what we really want to do because we can post this ad and someone can land on it, but they're more likely to click through to the link to the website, to see what we have on the website. So you want to make sure to link to the website. And the benefit here, again, thinking a little more strategically and a little bit bigger about more than just this ad, is what words you're going to link to the website. Because when you link these certain words, like let's say we wanted to link commercial real estate. So we hit the little link button and we put in. So we put in the link to the site. So now the words commercial real estate are linked. The strategy behind that is when the search engines do all their crawling and everything and they find these ads, it's going to see that every time people are linking to your site, RDS site or to All Import, every time they're linking to that site, they're using those words that focus on what you sell and what your business is. So in this case, RDS, it's commercial real estate. So they're going to crawl these ads and they see that, because most people will just link the name of their company or their website. But if you're linking those search terms that you want to rank for, it's going to, every time it crawls, it's going to see that, hey, all these links that say commercial real estate or industrial real estate, they're all pointing to RDS, so they must sell or do commercial and industrial real estate. So there must be an authority or something in that industry. So what that does is it helps rise up your rankings for the websites that you link is called anchor text or anchor tag. Like I said, the whole point of these ads